So Jake and I decided to write this book. Actually, I decided we would write this book, and then I finally convinced him to add to it, and then he kind of got into it. So it's his story and my story, and the story's about the kids. Then we had to decide how we were going to publish this book, and we found out getting a book published is a lot of hard work, and we couldn't seem to manage to do that, so we decided we would build a book ourselves, and so that's what we did. I print them, all the pages. He builds the cover and spends several hours putting it all together, and we ended up with this book. It covers about 30 years of our life together, raising our 7 children, all the trials and tribulations of that. When I decided we were going to write this book, I started out writing most of it, and then when I wanted Jake to add to it, I didn't know how people would know what was his story and what was mine. So I just would get to his section, and I changed the font. And I made the font darker, so it was bolder, more masculine when you read it. And didn't give anybody a clue at the beginning of the book, so they have to figure that out on their own. And so it just goes all the way through the book. I'll write a while, and he'll write a while. And that's how we wrote our book. Last summer, when we decided to write this book, we decided we'd make it as a gift for our 6 children. And we started on it, and we messed around with it, and finally, about the middle of December, we decided we better get serious, and we actually got 7 books made, finished, about noon on Christmas Eve. So we put them in little boxes, and we gave each kid one at Christmas Eve that evening, and we said, but you cannot open this until tomorrow, because we knew if one opened it, they would all call each other. Well, they never dreamt it was a book. They all thought it was fudge. Because typically, I bring Christmas candy to the Christmas party, and I didn't that year, last year. And so it was in a perfect little box. It looked like the right size of fudge. So I think Toby is the first one who opened his at 5 after midnight, because he was up putting out gifts or something. And Leah opened hers, she said, about 5 in the morning, thinking she was going to have some fudge for breakfast, only to find a book inside her box. I'm going to change them.
So you're over 40,000. What did you think you were?
I thought it was like $39.9. I cut all the paper before I print it. I take about half a dozen sheets. Got to line it up right here at 5 1/2. And I just chop it in 2.
Okay, go ahead.
So after I cut my paper, I bring it and put it in here in a little printer. And I just...
So you have 100 pages here.
Yeah,
you need,
and it's 225, I think.
So we need to do some more printing.
This is folding a cover, starting to fold a cover. A bunch of measurement went in front of this. unfolded cover. Still will have to be trimmed later. Trimming the edges off the covers. See how tall they are?
Oh, yes.
What are you writing in there?
Hope you enjoy our book.
Oh, okay.
Ever the writer. Just